Hello again, this is Dr. Ray Nannis with Optimum Welllness Solutions, and we are continuing our path down the owner's manual for the human body. We've talked about oxygen, we've talked about water, we've talked about nervous system, we've talked about nutrition, we talked about exercise, and today we want to talk about rest. We live in one of the most sleep-deprived societies that has ever existed on our planet. There's a big challenge with our sleeping scenario. Most Americans are incredibly sleep deprived, and most likely you were one of them. There's a couple of challenges with it. Number one, we simply just don't take enough time to sleep, and number two, we've not created a correct sleep environment. I want to take just a couple of moments and talk about what do we need to be able to do. We have to understand that you're supposed to spend somewhere between 1/4 to 1/3 of your life asleep. That's kind of amazing that we require that much rehabilitation, but it's definitely necessary. Sleep does a bunch of things for us. It allows our body an opportunity to heal. It allows our brain to organize and categorize the things and the activities that we've learned and we've been exposed to during a day. We need to be able to sleep. The challenge becomes all of the time, on a very regular basis, I have people telling me they have trouble sleeping. And I will admit this is probably one of my personal weaknesses as well. So I'd like to talk today about some solutions that can help you sleep better. One of the solutions we're going to do dates way back into the Orient, and it's called feng shui. I'm not a big feng shui expert, but there's a couple of ideas from feng shui that I want to bring into our discussion. The most important one is to declutter. I don't care what the rest of the home looks like. Take your sleeping sanctuary, your bedroom, and declutter. And when I say declutter, do everything you can to get as much electronics out of the bedroom. So often I find people, they're telling me they're sleeping with their cell phone right there, like it's their partner. Take the cell phone, bare minimum, put it on the other side of the room. Even better, put it out of the room. Yes, I recognize a lot of us use our cell phone for our phone and our clock and our calculator and our alarm clock and everything else. I get it that we live with these little devices, but keep it away from you. At least 10 to 20 feet is best. If we can keep it out of the room, that's the most ideal, at least on the other side of the room. Besides, if you're using it as an alarm clock, when the alarm clock goes up, you're supposed to get up, go shut it off anyways. Number two, get as much electronics out of the bedroom as possible, not just our cell phone. Think about the TV, think about things like radios, and even alarm clocks. The more electronics we have in our environment, they all are creating an electromagnetic frequency around them. We want to get them out of the bedroom because we want our cells to rest. That's part of what rest is. Rest is about not just the brain resting, it's about all of the cells in our body going down to a resting mechanism. If there's a big electromagnetic frequency, research has shown that the electromagnetic forces are actually making an impact on our cells all the time. I recognize we're not going to escape 5G, we're not going to escape all of the radio waves, we're not going to escape the cell phone waves in today's world. I don't think there's a place on the planet you can totally eliminate them. However, we can do what we can to mitigate them. There are solutions to help mitigate some of those electromagnetic waves. Again, my friends from ewater.com, if you look under their EMF solutions, have some of the best solutions possible. I strongly recommend you look at them. Use my last name as a coupon. You get 10% off with them. Now, take other things out of the bed. Clean the bedroom. Keep your bedroom as tidy as possible. I know that it's easy to have a lot of stuff going on, and I know people tell me they love to read in bed, they love to do all of these things. I'm going to strongly encourage that the bed becomes for two strong things. Number one and most important, sleeping, and number two is whatever you're going to do in your relationship. And I'm going to leave it at that because I want to keep this as G-rated as possible. Anyways, point of the matter becomes, if you're doing a lot of other activities, studying, reading, watching TV, I'm going to encourage you to do that someplace else. If you feel like you are one of those people that like to read just before bed, that's a good thing, but one book at a time. Don't keep stacks of books. Books themselves have energy too. Not necessarily bad, but it's an energy. The other things that we can do is this. I want to encourage you to have a nighttime procedure, a nighttime routine. When you are ready to start to go to bed, make sure you start to shut off lights in the house. Simply the routine of shutting off the lights is a big deal. Shut down as many lights as possible, kind of as you're going through your evening. Here's the big challenge I'm going to say. If you have a hard time sleeping, avoid at all costs any digital screen 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. Yes, I know, I like to watch TV. If I do watch TV, I do it just before bed too. That's the worst thing that we could be doing though. If you're having trouble sleeping, start to shut the screen time off. I don't care whether we're talking about the little screens that we hold in our pockets or the big screens we have up on the wall or the medium-sized screens that we have on our desk. Shut the screens off. If you're going to read, use a real book. And then a couple of other things. Recognize we're spending 1/3 to 1/4 of our life in bed. It's a great place to make an investment. Invest in a quality mattress. I know there's a lot of gimmick mattresses out there. I'm actually a big fan of your more traditional box spring type mattress. I like the individually coiled. Yeah, I know they're $2,000 or $3,000 to buy a good quality mattress, but recognize you're going to spend 10 years, 1/3 of your life on top of that thing. We're talking about $1 a day. It's not that bad of a deal. Also, a great investment in quality sheets. I love the bamboo sheets that are out there. There's a lot of different versions of them, but bamboo sheets, they're naturally antimicrobial, and they help control the heat really, really well. As far as the quality of a pillow, honestly, it's the one time that I really think that like Tempur-Pedic is my favorite brand of pillow, at least at the moment. There's lots of other stuff out there, but the Tempur-Pedic pillows really do, I think, help. The Tempur-Pedic by name, it's the one time that I'm really name brand specific. And then finally, if you're really having trouble sleeping, I strongly encourage you to start to journal. Handwritten journal. Get yourself a nice pen, get yourself a leather-bound book. They don't cost that much. And if you don't want to do that, get a cheap Bic pen and a 89-cent pad of paper. It doesn't make any difference. But write down what you've done for the day. Write down your to-do list for tomorrow. And most importantly, end it with a little bit of gratitude. If you'll take that moment to journal, that helps dump all of the subconscious stuff out to where you're not thinking about it and helps your body to start to shut down. Take these activities, start a nighttime routine. This has been Dr. Ray Nannis with Optimum Wellness Solutions. I am your wellness wizard, and I look forward to walking down the path of health and life with you.